What's up guys, welcome back. So I've had my 280Z for about a week now. I've been going through every nook and cranny to try and find everything that's wrong with the car, trying to find out what I need to order, what has to be thrown away, what's gonna be kept. There's a lot to sort out, a lot to take in. I'm learning a lot about the car that I didn't know to begin with. So let's start off moving over to the interior. As you might be able to tell, I did wipe the car off a little bit. I haven't actually given it a proper wash yet, but it is a little bit cleaner than it was before. It's a whole bunch of these scan dots around the rear end of the car. We'll get to that in a little bit. Now moving on to the interior, the carpet looks really good. I gave it a good vacuum, nothing beyond that. There is some tears up there, but the rest of it looks shockingly good. I don't know if the carpet's been replaced at some point, maybe not, maybe it is the original 77, but I'll be amazed if it is actually the original carpet. However, there is some like fading here on that edge right there, a little bit down over here, so it does look old. I don't know how old, but I don't know. So moving over to the seats, obviously the vinyl has not stood the test of time. They're torn up, they're disgusting, they need to be replaced or recovered. I haven't decided on what I'm going to do yet. I do like the look and fitment of these. They're surprisingly comfortable, so I wouldn't mind recovering them. However, I've seen a couple aftermarket options I really like, but I don't really have that in the budget for the time being. So nice and torn is going to be the way we go until we get it up and running and I can afford something nicer. Center console's all unscrewed. I have it pretty much ready to remove. I was prepping it to 3D scan. I am missing a console tray lid for your armrest. There's a piece there missing. The ashtray's out in the back right now. But like I said, I was getting ready to 3D scan and develop some new parts for that. I think that's pretty much it for the interior for the time being. The driver's side carpet looks very similar. There's a little bit of wear pattern, a little bit of wear, but nothing too big of a deal that needs to be replaced right away. Moving on to the back, I've been sorting out some of the hardware, the inspection cover, valve cover, we'll get to that one in just a minute. The Haynes repair manual, and then obviously the valve cover hardware goes with this, actually, and that. These are two brand new valve cover gaskets. The only reason I bought two is because I was ordering from Rock Auto on the clearance closeout area, and they were super cheap. I think I paid $8 for the Felpro one and $3 for this Apex brand. I don't know if it's any good, but it looks okay, so hopefully it does a decent job at sealing. I got some brand new real NGK spark plugs. I say real because I have actually ordered NGK spark plugs from Amazon before for my wife's old Pathfinder, and they were knockoffs, and the car didn't like running on them at all, so I had to replace them with real ones. These are from Rock Auto, so I know they're good. I got a brand new Pure Later inline fuel filter. Looks just like a Z32 one. It probably is for the most part. Got some brand new sway bar end links. Again, this was a closeout item, otherwise I would not have purchased them, but I bought two, and I think they're like $3.50 a piece. So for a total of $7, I can completely replace all the sway bar bushings and sway bar end links. That's it for that. Cleaned up, vacuumed the whole trunk. Let's see if we can do this without sliding everything away. Spent some time cleaning up all down here to make sure there's no rust. Everything cleaned up really good. Kind of inventory to make sure all the tools are there. Everything's exactly as it should be. Nothing missing, and it all seems really solid and pretty well kept, which is shocking because it's like way nicer than the exterior of the car. I don't know what the previous owner was doing, but this paint is horrendous. It almost looks like polished primer or something. All right, now moving on to the engine bay. This has raised a few red flags, nothing too concerning, but I have pulled it apart. I have the valve cover off, and I have some paper towels here just kind of protect it for the time being so no debris falls in or anything. I need to clean up the valve cover gasket still, but the head is bright and shiny, and it is an original Nissan N47 casting. Spark plugs look pretty new. And I have to say, the entire valve train looks really, really good. However, the valve cover was disgusting, and I just couldn't put it back on the motor as it is. I started spraying some chemicals on it, just try and break some of that old baked-on oil. It wasn't doing the job. So instead of me trying to fight it, I figured it'd be best to just hand it off to a machine shop. There's one not too far away. They said it'd be 25 bucks to hot tank it and get it all cleaned. It's totally worth the dollar amount because It's freezing outside. I don't want to be outside of the pressure washer trying to scrub that thing. So that should be back in a few days. I'm gonna bolt it back up. I need to get a battery. I've been reading online, a 24 series battery is the right fitment for this car. However, a lot of places recommend the 25, and I don't know why that is, but the 24 seems to be a better fit. So I need to go get a new battery. I might go to Costco for that. Might just go to Walmart for it. I don't really know. I'd love to do a lightweight lithium style, but I want to focus on getting the car running before I dump a bunch of money on random things like lithium batteries. Engine bay is pretty good otherwise. It looks pretty intact. Spark plugs are, I pulled number 3 and 4. They look pretty gummed up, pretty gross, but nothing crazy bad. They smell like gas and oil, as you'd kind of expect. Hopefully the piston and the cylinder walls are not as gross as this, although I'm sure they are. So I'm going to probably do a light coating of WD-40 in all the cylinders. Pull the spark plugs, spray a little bit of WD-40 in them, and then once I get the battery in there, I can crank it over, make sure that all gets evacuated so I'm not diluting or thinning the oil. I don't want to wash the cylinder walls too much. However, if there's a lot of rust built up on the cylinder walls, I want to cut that down, kind of break everything free. I'm going to pour some new oil on the top end once I get the valve cover, and then I think we'll be good to go. Give it a try and turn it over, see if it'll start. Like I said, I need to get that valve cover back. They said it might be back tomorrow. However, Monday would probably be much more likely. And then a battery, you can just go get it any time. So it's kind of where we're at for the time being. Let me know down in the comments if there's any particular parts or content you guys want to see with the Z. I'll try and update as best as I can. However, I'll add in a little bit of video of me 3D scanning the rear end. I've been really trying to reverse engineer everything I can easily remove for the time being to either develop new parts or kind of catalog and get an accurate reference of the original part. I know there's just not a lot out there. None of this has been CAD before. They didn't use CAD when this car was designed. So I thought it'd be a good idea to start kind of cataloging and creating digital files for these parts that are getting harder and harder to come by. And then hopefully have maybe like an entire reference resource library of all these parts. So everybody can have access to them and then download them, modify them however you like, or get them reproduced. But, you know, just a little step to try and preserve these cars, get them back on the road forever, keep them alive forever. So that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll try and update you as progress comes along, but that's going to be it for today. I'll see you guys on the next one.